to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hello.
Hi, I'm Krista.
We're back. It's another week in another late record. Went and saw family again, but we're back. Mm-hmm. We're living it up.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Any news we need to talk about?
No.
They announced when Loki's coming.
Oh, okay.
The next season of Loki will start streaming on October 6th.
October?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
a little
far
later
away.
than we expected, but yeah. It's going to be weekly. And then they also announced Echo, and it's going to be November 29th, but they're just going to drop it all at once.
Okay.
So, there you go. Not sure if that means they don't have much confidence in Echo or what they're doing there, but whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I did hear that they're taking a bunch of stuff off. I heard that they were taking it off May 26th, some stuff. Mm-hmm. But then I also heard that they already took it off, and I haven't checked. Willow, Oh,
yeah, they are taking that off, yeah.
I'm like, I really hope they wait till the 26th, because that will give me a couple of days to actually watch it.
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, and it's on my list of stuff to watch.
Yeah, it didn't come out that long ago.
It just finished in January or something.
Yeah.
Come on.
Weird. I don't know.
I guess they just can't afford to pay for the rights to it or something anymore. I don't know.
I guess, but feels like you could have lasted longer than a year or whatever it's been.
Yeah, there were several other things that they are taking off or have already taken off. Mm-hmm. Like the Mighty Ducks show that they did. I think that's going to be off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That show that has John Stamos as the basketball coach or whatever. Uh-huh. I think that one's going to be gone.
The squirrel movie where the Fiona and the squirrel or something. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I think it has Ben Schwartz in it.
I don't know.
It's a cute movie. I watched it.
There's a bunch of stuff they're taking off. The Jeff Goldblum, The World According to Jeff Goldblum or whatever it is. I think that one's going. They were going to take Howard off, which is the documentary about Howard Ashman, but a lot of people were like, do not take that off.
Who's Howard Ashman?
Howard Ashman is the guy who did the songs for Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
And he had AIDS.
Oh, okay.
And died before Aladdin came out, I think. But yeah, that's something that's on my list to watch. Yeah. I'm like, please don't take that off. I would like to watch it.
Binge Disney pretty hard here.
Gosh,
next
I know.
few weeks.
I've got other things I need to do, but sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna if Willow is still there, that's what I'm doing this week.
Yeah,
that's really the only one that I saw that I really wanted to watch.
Yeah,
I think there were a few Marvel behind the scenes kind of things that I'm like, you know what, fine. They have too much Marvel crap anyway. Yeah. It's fine. Take it off. I don't care.
Yeah, we won't miss it. It'll be fine.
Exactly. But yeah, so if you want to watch Willow, you might want to get on it if it's still there.
I'll start watching. Yeah. Wow. Well. Maybe it's a negotiation tactic about the rights or something. Kind of like Arrested Development, where they were like, we're taking it off Netflix. It's leaving. Sorry, guys. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, last minute. We made a deal. It's sticking around. Don't worry. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure about that.
Who knows? All right. Well, then I guess if we don't have any other news, let's move on to our movie. So,
yes. This is just kind of an explanation of what's going on for the next 3 weeks. Uh-huh. Hope you like Spider-Man movies. Yeah. Let's just put that out there first. Because this week, we didn't have anything planned.
Yeah.
And then for next week, it was like, okay, we've got our MCU rewatch that we're going through. What's up next? Spider-Man Homecoming. Yep. So it's like, all right, well, we got that. And then we realized that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is going to be the next one. And so I was like, do we need to separate those two? Put something in between them? Instead, we decided, no, we're leaving it the way it is. We're throwing it into the Spider-Verse. We're just going to have 3 weeks of Spider-Man. If you don't like it, sorry.
Because I haven't rewatched this movie since it first came out. Yeah, pretty same. Much. I saw it kind of late. I'd heard a lot of good things, and then I finally saw it. So I definitely needed a rewatch. Yeah, before we go into this next one.
I didn't see it until it came out on DVD, I guess.
Yeah,
or streaming, because I think it started streaming on Netflix or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
That might have been where I saw it.
And so that's when I watched it. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually really good. Yeah. Yeah, so I knew that I wanted to rewatch it anyway before going to see the next movie. Mm-hmm. And it just happened that we had a free week here.
Spot. So. Worked out, yep. So get ready for a lot of Spider-Man in the next couple weeks. So,
and if you don't like that, well, don't worry. In 4 weeks, we'll be back with probably some Indiana Jones.
yeah, there you go. Oh, I guess we should say Indiana Jones. There was some news about that.
Oh, yeah.
Where Harrison Ford got a tepid standing ovation is what they call it. What did they call it? Muted.
Muted. And it was like, what does that mean?
It's like lukewarm. But I heard the standing ovation. It sounded fine. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they weren't like losing their minds or something.
But yeah, whatever. It's so funny though that they called it muted because it's like, what did everybody do? Just stand up and they didn't clap?
Yeah.
Or it's like
what does that
a smattering
mean?
of claps, you know?
Yeah.
But no. But also they've started putting like the critics' reviews and stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's got a low, or a few days ago it had a low rating. I don't know what it is right now. It was rising, but of course people were tweeting it like, oh my gosh, it has 33%. It's like, yeah, 12 reviews.
Yeah.
And it's critics.
Yeah.
From Cannes.
Yeah, there's been some pretty harsh reviews about it so far.
I don't
It's
care.
like, I saw one, it was like, we didn't know how good we had it with Crystal Skull. And I'm like,
really?
That seems like a bit of an overstatement there.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous. But
so we'll see how it goes. I think it'll probably be better, but
I think it'll be fine, yeah. It can be worse. I just don't believe it. But if we come in, whenever we do that episode, we're like, all right, we were wrong.
we were wrong. I mean, we'll
It's
admit
worse.
it.
I mean, we're going to rewatch Kingdom of Crystal Skull, so I guess we'll find out.
Yep. It'll be fairly fresh on our minds when we go see the new one. So
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
but yeah, I just thought it was so funny that people were like, oh my gosh, it's being panned by critics. It's like, yeah, 12 critics.
Yeah, right now it's at 50
Okay.
with 30 reviews.
Well, I can tell you right now.
It's not terrible.
Do you know what the critic rating for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is?
Nope.
77.
Oh.
So.
Are we wrong about that movie? I guess we'll find out.
I don't think the audience score is quite that high.
Yeah, probably not.
So
Surely
it's probably going to be the opposite. It's probably going to be a low critic score and a high audience. But that's most of the ones that I like. That's what it is anyway. So
yeah. What came out recently that was like the crowd really loved it, but the critics didn't?
I don't know.
I even feel like it's maybe something we saw.
Super Mario Brothers movie,
That's
probably.
That's it. Yeah.
Because because the critics don't know anything about Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I hear from like just people is like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, it was really nostalgic. It made me think of like playing Mario Kart and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But then you have critics who are like, oh, this is a terrible movie. It's like, oh, okay. Your opinion doesn't matter. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure critically it is not a masterpiece, but did anybody expect it to be? No. It's a fun romp in Mushroom Kingdom. Come on.
With Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario. All right. Well, then now let's go back to Into the Spider-Verse.
Sorry.
Got a little diverted there. Sorry about that. When I first saw this movie, definitely really loved it. It was great. I didn't, well, I guess I kind of expected a sequel. Did we know about a sequel back then? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I thought it was a good standalone movie just on its own. And yeah, it was surprising because it's Sony. Sony's so bad at making movies.
Apparently they're good at making Spider-Man movies.
Well, this Spider-Man
Some
movie.
Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, and like the first three. And Amazing Spider-Man isn't great. It's just so boring. They're both so boring. Yeah. And then everything else is just real bad.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But this really good. It's very different, which is great. So this is by Lord and Miller. They're the ones that directed it, right?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Lord and Miller are? Lord and Miller, they did the first pass of the Solo movie, and that didn't work out well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. What else did they do? I want to say The Incredibles.
The Incredibles was Brad Bird.
I get them confused. Okay, so they did the Lego movie, which was good. Okay. They did Clone High. Did you ever watch Clone High?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was an MTV show of some not reincarnated. It was clones of famous people in high school, like high school drama for like Abe Lincoln and Kennedy and
sounds terrible.
Gandhi.
I'm sorry.
It's good. It's really funny.
It sounds bad.
It's really funny. It's really good. They also did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and the Jump Street movies, which 21 Jump Street's good. Never saw the second one.
I saw it. I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. They also did Last Man on Earth. They co-produced that.
Okay. Never watched it.
I saw the first, 2 seasons, and then I was like, I think I'm done with this. It was fun, but I got my fill. So yeah, they've done really. There's not really any bad movies in there. I see. Depends on how you feel about 22 Jump Street, I guess. But since I never saw it, don't really have anything to say about it. But yeah. So what about this movie? Did you see this in theaters?
No,
You saw it on DVD.
We just talked about that.
All right. Well. Do we want to get into it? What it's about?
I guess so. I just would like to say it's very colorful.
Very colorful.
And I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was reading about all the shooting and animation styles they did and stuff, and they did a whole lot of things. It's like they used 180 animators on it or something like that, which is the most in any Sony project ever. So, and they would use 7 different camera angles on stuff to get the different shots and everything. So it's crazy. They did a lot of stuff and paid off really well.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a fun mix between comic book and animated movie. Done well. So, yeah, that's it. What's it about? What happened in this movie?
We start off with Peter Parker, of course.
Yes.
He's the one and only Spider-Man. Yep.
Voiced by Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
Yeah. He's blonde hair.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Married to Mary Jane Watson.
He is.
He's got an Aunt May, of course.
He does.
The whole Uncle Ben situation.
Yep.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep.
He even shows himself dancing down the street.
Yeah.
Like in Spider-Man 3.
He's like, I did this. Not very proud of that. The Spider-Man video game, you can walk down the street and you can dance like that.
Nice.
Well, it's good stuff. Make finger guns at people.
I still haven't played that game. I haven't.
Really
I still haven't
good.
played it.
Both of them are
Do
good.
you know how many video games I have not played that
Yes,
everybody's
I know.
It's so good.
know how many games you have that you're not playing.
Oh.
The Spider-Man 2 is coming out. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's only coming out for the PS5.
PS5, yeah.
And I'm like, that's a shame.
Guess you gotta buy a PS5 now.
We'll see. One day. Whenever it comes out. Yeah. If I'm in a good enough spot to get it, sure. Or if Santa really loves me. I saw you wanted to play Spider-Man.
And then we have Miles.
Yes, Miles Morales.
He's in his room. He's listening to music. He does like I do. If he doesn't know the words, he's just like...
Post Malone song.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just singing every other word.
Yeah.
Singing a little, humming a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, working on his art. He goes around, he puts stickers... He makes his own little stickers and puts them around. Yeah.
And his dad doesn't like that, though, because he's a cop.
His dad's a cop.
Named Jefferson Davis.
His mom's a nurse?
Yes.
Okay.
Dad voiced by the guy from The Eternals, Fastos. Something Henry.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah.
I think so. Something like that.
He's really good. If you haven't seen Atlanta, he's so good in Atlanta. Atlanta's just a good show.
Sorry. Atlanta. Sorry. I can't help it. Yeah, I have not seen Atlanta, so.
I need to see the newest season, but
yeah, his dad's a cop.
Yep.
His dad does not like Spider-Man because Spider-Man's a vigilante.
Yep. He's
no vigilante
doesn't agree
justice.
with his methods.
Also, he works for it's not the NYPD, it's the PDNY.
Yeah.
Which throws me off every time.
Yeah, everything, because it's a different universe, everything's just slightly different.
Because I was like, what?
But the fire department is the NYFD instead of the FDNY.
That is annoying.
But there's so many little Easter eggs throughout this thing where everything's just slightly different. Like there's a poster for Bridesmaids where they're actually having a bridesmaid, a bridal shower or something like that. And there's a poster for Hi Hello, which is John Mulaney who voices a character in here.
Okay.
And Nick Kroll, they play old men that prank people with tuna fish sandwiches. It's too much tuna. It's really good. I don't know. Funny. Anyway, just little things like that.
And 42 is everywhere.
It is. This is something we picked up on. Not many people are going to get. 42, number of Jackie Robinson, Brooklyn Dodgers. And, answer to the question of everything or whatever. We saw a little... I tried to go a little extra for this. I was like, let's go the extra mile on this, Krista. Let's look at the special features. And I was looking at the special features and you go, why are you in the special features? Stop.
Like, we have to watch the movie. It was like already late. It's like, we got to watch this.
I just wanted to see. And there was a thing about Easter eggs, so I clicked it, and he was like, 42 is in everything. And you were like, we need to watch the movie. You were not interested in this setup.
I was not.
So that's pretty much where we turned it up. We heard 42s in everywhere. Brooklyn Dodgers, Jackie Robinson. That's it. So it is in this. The spider has a number of 42 on it, which you may not have noticed.
There are 42. You'll see 42 everywhere.
Yes.
Because there was a couple of other places too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But this thing is full of Easter eggs. So
we will never know what they are. Because we didn't watch this.
We didn't.
I still have the DVD. We can watch it.
No. I refuse now.
So anyway, he does get in trouble for the stickers thing. He's like, do you want to end up like your Uncle Aaron? Who apparently he doesn't speak to his dad anymore.
He's the black sheep of the family, apparently. Seemingly.
So anyway, he drops him off at school, and he's like, all right, well, I'll see you later. I love you. He's like, okay. He starts walking away, and he turns on the siren. He's like, over like the car, like the whatever. Yeah. He's like, you gotta say I love you back. Yeah. It's like, gosh, it's so embarrassing.
It's like his first day of this private school. Yeah. Because he used to go to public school. Now he's in this like real preppy school.
Yeah, because he won some kind of lottery.
He did. And you know what that lottery ball number was? 42. So, yeah. Great first impression there.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he goes inside. He's trying to, like, talk to people and everything. He's not very good at this.
They're like, do you know your shoes untied?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a fashion choice.
Yeah. So, he gets told about his shoes a lot. About them being untied. He goes to all of his classes and everything. One of them is a physics class. He comes in late and he gets in trouble for it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's his first day.
Yeah.
That always annoys me in movies when it's your first day in class and you show up late and they're like, you're late. It's like, I don't know the layout of this building. Can you like give me a day to figure it out?
Yeah, it's true.
So anyway.
But he seems very late.
Yeah.
I feel like, why didn't they like go do a walkthrough beforehand? Because anytime before school, you'd go a few days before at least and just kind of go meet the teachers and all that. Was that just me?
I think that's just you, nerd. Gosh.
I'd have dinner with them.
Let's go over the lesson plan.
I'd rub their feet. They would tell me stories.
You'd go ahead and read the whole textbook.
Yeah. They gave me sample problems to work on before school started. Like, thank you. I love learning. My mom's a teacher. I can't believe you would do this.
I'm like, you probably knew because your mom's a teacher.
No, they actually did. For everybody, you could go in and check out classes and stuff beforehand. Anyway.
So, yeah, in this physics class, they're watching some interview or whatever. Yeah. It's an interview with this female doctor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Doctor was a woman.
The doctor was a woman. It was her son.
You would have never guessed that. Chauvinist.
But he kind of makes a little joke, and then he goes and sits down. Only one person laughs at his joke. Yeah. It's the girl he sits next to. Mm-hmm. We don't find out who she is yet, although if you've seen this movie before, you already know who she is. Yeah. Also, you already know who that doctor is.
Yes. You do see her name tag for a bit. It says like Olivia O.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, must be olive oil. Popeye series. Crossover.
Yes, obviously.
Oh, Popeye. All right.
My hero.
All right.
So anyway, after school, the school day's over, he goes to hang out with his uncle. He just like climbs the fire escape and climbs in through the window, and they hang out. Yeah,
well, he was supposed to. He got a test back. Right? A quiz was this time. And he made a 0 on it.
And they were like...
And he's like, oh no, I'm terrible. I shouldn't go to this school anymore, I guess. And she's like, bro, you know the odds of getting all of them wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
That means you did it perfectly. Here's 100 points. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe he just got one wrong. You don't know for sure that he didn't get a couple wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, she gives him a special assignment, an essay about what he...
Who are you?
Who are you? And what do you want to be?
What's your story?
Yeah. So he's supposed to be working on that.
Yeah, he's not.
No, he's drawing.
Yeah. He titled his paper Great Expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting a lot on yourself there already.
Well, it's probably because he's having to read it in his English class.
Maybe.
So he's probably like, you know what? Sounds good. If it worked for Dickens, it can work for me.
I hate that book, by the way.
I have never read it, and I don't want to.
Sorry, all you Great Expectationers.
Mm-hmm.
It's
all you Pip fans.
All you Pip heads. Miss Havishammers.
Yeah, Havishammers, nice.
In your wedding dresses.
Mm-hmm. Get alive.
Get alive. Throw that cake away and get alive.
Oh, man. So he goes to hang out with his Uncle Aaron. They're watching TV, eating popcorn.
Watching Community.
Oh, is that what they were watching?
Mm-hmm. Specifically the one where Donald Glover wakes up in his Spider-Man pajamas.
Nice.
And the whole thing at the time back then was Donald Glover wanted to be Spider-Man. Someone who's like, Black Spider-Man, no, we're not doing that. Sorry.
And
we
here
got Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
And here comes Miles Morales.
That's who he wanted to be, Miles Morales, but they didn't want to do it at the time.
Now we will talk a little bit about him next week.
Yes, we will.
When we talk about Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm. We will. Spoilers.
So get ready for that.
Johnny G's coming. Childish Gambino.
So anyway, he's asking him how his day was and everything, and he says something about there's this girl, and he's like, what's her name? And he's like, we're taking it real slow. So yeah, he doesn't know her name yet.
Yeah, I
but
think it's
laughed.
like Guana or something.
Well, that later she tells him it's Gwanda.
Yeah.
They're talking about, he tells him that he should do the shoulder touch.
Yeah.
It's like in their family, that's, I guess, that's their thing. They do the shoulder touch.
Yeah, you put your hand on the girl's shoulder and you go,
hey.
Yeah.
And he tries it, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
He tries it several times.
Hey.
He tries it several times, he just cannot get it. He's like, it's okay, you can work on it.
Yeah. Did you notice I did that to you when we first met? At the airport, I went, hey.
And I went, I have a migraine. Let me take something for this. I can't do anything right now.
So it works, guys. It works. Still going strong. Mine was so powerful it gave her a migraine.
That's not a good thing. I had to drive. So anyway, they decided to go out to work on his art some because he does graffiti art.
Yeah.
And he's like, I found the perfect place for you to do your art.
Let's go tag it up.
Yeah. So it's a restricted area in the subway. It's this one little wall and an arch.
He knows about because he had an engineering job there or something.
Okay.
Said.
So yeah, they go down there. They start tagging it. Then he's doing his art. I think he does like Great Expectations too. Doesn't he put that on there?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. But they have a little talk and everything. He's like, yeah, your dad and I used to do this together, and before they're falling out or whatever. And then you see, what is that? It's
a bitty spider.
It's a spooter.
Yeah, has a 42 on it.
Yep.
Which is important because it's a running thing through the movie.
It's an Easter egg.
It's an Easter egg, guys.
Let me explain what an Easter egg is. So, yeah, it says 42 on it. It's slowly coming down. It's like, I'm gonna land on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite you. And it does.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, it bites him. It lands, it crawls all over him, and then it crawls onto his hand and it just bites him. And he looks at it and he goes, smack.
Smacks it.
Just kills it.
Kills it.
It falls on the ground.
It's a rough go.
And he's like, well, guess I'll go home now.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't go home, he goes to his dorm.
Yeah.
Because he has a dorm on campus. He's supposed to stay there.
Yeah.
And the next morning he wakes up, he puts on his pants. What? These pants are too short. They don't fit.
Yeah.
And then he notices that the voice in his head, he's like talking to himself in his head, and it's a lot louder than it should be. There's like speech bubbles showing up.
That's where the comic book part comes in after he gets bitten. Yeah.
Yep. And that's when he runs into the girl again. And she says that her name is Wanda. And then she's like, I'm just kidding. It's actually Wanda. It's neither of those.
It's not.
But while they're talking and everything, he tries the shoulder thing and does not go so well.
Does not.
His hand gets stuck.
Yep.
And then it somehow gets stuck in her hair
Yeah.
instead, and he cannot get his hand out of her hair.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, and they have to shave her head.
Yeah.
To get his hand out.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah, so he's like literally sticking to everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just puberty.
Yeah. I don't think you understand what puberty is. Yeah, because he was going to rip out her hair, and she's like, don't rip out my hair.
Do that.
She has to like judo throw him down just to keep him from ripping her hair out.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, something weird is happening.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to, I guess back to his dorm. Yeah, he sneaks back into his dorm. Because like security comes after him and everything at one point. He walks along the wall outside to get to his dorm. He crawls in. He notices
he caught pigeons on his hands.
Pigeons were just like pecking at him.
So whamming those around.
Because they were stuck to his hands and attacking him.
Yeah.
But he finally makes it in. He notices some Spider-Man comics because, of course, his hands get stuck on those.
Yeah.
And exactly what is happening to him happened to Peter.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what is this? Oh, he got bit by a spider. I got bit by a spider last night. So he goes back to the subway and he finds the spider's body that's just laid there all crumpled up.
Like, I guess nothing came along to eat it or something.
I guess not.
So that's convenient.
Yep. So he finds it and he notices that it says Alchemax on it.
Mm-hmm. And 42.
Yes, and 42.
Did we mention 42 yet?
I don't think we
did.
did.
What is that?
What does this mean?
If y'all are just tuning in.
But while he's there, he hears some stuff happening nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sees Spider-Man. Spider-Man's there fighting Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hears something about Norman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's talking to Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, voiced by Jorma something from Lonely Island.
Oh, what is his last name? Like Tacome or something like that? I don't know.
Sure.
Something like that. I didn't know that's who did the voice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's
fighting him.
Mm-hmm. Miles is watching.
Yeah, there's like...
he gets like pulled into there somehow. Like he's on like a beam. It comes through the window.
Throw a beam, it hits him, and then he pulls it back through,
So he's like trying to run and stay safe.
Stay out of trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, Spider-Man has to save him once or twice. Mm-hmm. And when he does, he senses, wait a second, you're just like me.
Yep.
You get it.
Yep. So we have a couple of other people who show up there because the Prowler shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Kingpin is there.
Yep.
There's like a super collider kind of thing.
Yeah.
They use it to open up a portal.
Mm-hmm. To other multiverses.
Mm-hmm. And then weird things start happening, like in the city, like the street lamp turns into like the street lamp turns like all geometric and stuff.
Yeah, gets all glitchy.
Mm-hmm. And
the Green Goblin ends up ramming Spider-Man into that beam.
Yeah.
And he starts to kind of see the fractured worlds of Spider-Man.
And he sees all the spider people.
Yeah. And then it kind of explodes. Because Kingpin's trying to bring his wife and child back.
Yes. We find that out a little bit later, but that's what he's doing.
So they're keeping it going. Mm-hmm. And it blows up.
Yep. And Spider-Man falls down. He's injured.
Yeah, he's hurt pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Miles goes up to him and Spider-Man gives him the override key.
Mm-hmm. Little USB stick thing.
Mm-hmm. And all he has to do is like stick it into this one little certain area and hit the green button and it will shut everything down basically. Yeah. But he can't do it right now.
Because he's mortally wounded.
Well, Miles can't do it right then.
Oh, yeah. Because Kingpin approaches.
Yep. Kingpin shows up.
With Tombstone and...
That's that guy's name. Okay, I did not know that guy's name. I was like, that gray guy with the crew cut.
Yeah. That gray guy, he's actually an albino African-American character, and then the guy who voiced him is also albino African-American.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting guy. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Who was the other guy? Prowler, I guess?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are the only two guys that it shows at this point.
Kingpin, voiced by Liev Schreiber. Mm-hmm. Sabretooth.
Yep.
So, good to see. I don't know the guy's name who did Tombstone, but...
Okay. So, yeah. Kingpin, Miles goes to like hide because they've all shown up and everything. Kingpin goes up. He just straight up kills Peter Parker.
Yeah, because Peter's like, Carlton, I couldn't remember his name. Is it Carlton Fisk?
Wilson
Fisk. Who's Carlton Fisk?
I don't know.
Carlton Fisk was a baseball player.
Okay.
Okay.
The only Carlton I know is from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So.
Wilson Fisk. Like, dude, I saw in there that it's not happening. They're not there.
Yep.
And we don't really know what that means because we didn't know about the wife and stuff yet. So, but he gets real mad and he just kills him.
He just smacks him down.
Yep.
So Peter Parker's dead.
Yep.
What a way to start a movie.
Yeah. Miles was like, oh, wow, okay.
So, yeah, and he accidentally makes a little bit of noise, and they see him there. Kingpin sends the Prowler after him.
Yeah.
But he does manage to get away.
He does.
Prowler has a pretty sweet bike, though.
He does.
Say that.
He's very Batman-y in this.
Yes, very Batman. He shows him at one point. He's like on top of a building. He's got like his cape behind him, and he's just like, I'm like a gargoyle. I'm just watching. He's prowling, you know?
He is.
So Miles makes it back to his house. He doesn't go back to his dorm. He goes back to his actual house.
Because he is freaking out.
His parents find him there, and of course he's freaking out. He's like, can I sleep here?
Yeah.
And they're like, his mom's like, yeah, you can do that. And his dad's kind of like, no, you have to go back. You gotta
go back, make friends, all this. Like, she's like, dude, he needs to be here today.
Just let him sleep here.
Something is wrong.
Yep. So he is laying in bed. He hears that they're watching the TV in the other room. He hears breaking news. Spider-Man is dead.
Yep.
At the age of 26.
Yeah.
From an earthquake.
Spider-Man dead today.
Spider-Man dead today at the age of 26.
He was delicious.
Yeah, so...
and they reveal he was Peter Parker. Yeah.
But yeah, they said it was from an earthquake because when the collider exploded, or when that explosion happened, it like blacked out all the electricity in the city for a little bit, and of course it did
cause a rumble.
Yep, caused a rumble, and so they said that he died in that earthquake.
Yep.
But that's not what happened.
Nope.
We know.
We know.
So...
But everybody's very sad.
Yeah, everybody's sad about it. Miles is pretty sad about it too.
Yeah.
He goes to Stan's Collectibles. Which is a little shop run by Stan Lee.
Yeah. He's like, I knew him. I met him once or something like that.
He buys a Spider-Man suit. He's like, can I, what if this doesn't fit? He's like, it always fits or something like that.
It'll grow into it.
Yep. And then, of course, you see that he has a sign that says, like, no refunds.
No refunds, yeah. It's a very Halloween-y, like, costume.
Yeah.
Spider-Man suit, so it's pretty rough.
So he puts on the suit and he goes there having, like, this big memorial for Spider-Man. Mary Jane's up there talking about him and everything.
Mary Jane, voiced by Zoe Kravitz.
And she says something about, what is it, that we need you or something like that. And he's like, me. And the guy beside him's like, she doesn't actually really mean you specifically. Not you specifically.
Yeah, the whole message of the movie is like there's heroes in all of us and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it's time for him to test his powers because he saw the comic books where Peter Parker tests his Spider-Man powers. So he's gonna do it. He climbs up this tall building. He goes to the edge of the roof and he's gonna jump off, I guess, or do something. I don't know exactly what he's planning on doing.
Thank goodness he didn't.
And then you see him walking right back down those stairs because he's like, not doing that.
Yep.
Probably for the best.
Yep.
He tries to, I think he was trying to he he goes into a different building and goes to the roof of that one. He tries to jump across to the next building.
Yeah.
Does not go well because his shoes are untied.
Of course.
So he trips and he falls.
Yeah.
He's fine. Except that he falls onto the flash drive that's in his pocket.
Yep, the goober.
And it breaks.
Yep.
So, whoops.
Oopsie.
What's he gonna do now? Don't know. So he, late that night, he goes to Peter Parker's grave and he's like, I'm sorry, I know you really needed me to do this thing, but I messed up, I broke it. I broke it. I don't know what to do. And then he hears somebody is sneaking up behind him, kind of, not really sneaking, but comes up and is like, hey kid. And he electrocutes the guy.
Yeah. He's got the venom sting or whatever it is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, whereas he can shoot electric jolts with his hands there.
Okay. So he does that. The guy falls back and he's out. So he goes over, he's like, oh gosh, I didn't know I could do that. He goes over to him, he looks at him, he's like, wait, this guy looks like Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Except he's not
He's
blonde.
wearing a Spider-Man suit.
And he's wearing a Spider-Man suit and sweatpants.
Yeah.
And then we get to hear about this character.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Peter B. Parker.
Yep.
He's Spider-Man, of course. He's
Yes.
the one and only Spider-Man.
Yep.
He does all the usual Spidey stuff.
Yep.
He gets married to Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does... he
starts getting kind of tired of it.
Yeah, he decides that he's gonna open up his own restaurant called TGI Spidey's.
Yeah, didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Surprisingly.
And he and Mary Jane eventually split.
Yeah,
because she wanted kids and he was scared.
Yep, and he's not into the whole superhero thing anymore. It's just gotten to be just too much. It's all the time. Everybody needs saving, and he keeps getting hurt, and it hurts every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's become a bit disillusioned with the whole situation.
Yeah. And then
this is Jake Johnson voicing him, by the way. Love Jake Johnson.
Me too.
Especially in this.
Yeah. He's really good.
Oh,
he's
man.
really good. Which, I mean, I haven't seen him in very much stuff. I mainly know him from New Girl.
Yeah.
But I love him in New Girl.
Yeah, he was great in New Girl. Yeah.
His character, I love his character Nick so much. He's so awkward.
Yeah.
he's great. There's one part he has the awkward moonwalk. Where whenever he's in a really awkward situation, he just moonwalks out of the room. Oh my gosh.
It's a great strategy.
Funny. Oh gosh. So yeah, he gets sucked through the portal, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up in this New York, and he looks around and he's like, "Oh, this is different." And then of course he sees he's dead. He's like, Peter Parker is dead. It's on Times Square. It's all over the place. And he's like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah.
So yeah, and I guess he just decided he was gonna go to the graveyard too, and it happened to be the same time that Miles was there.
Yep.
And he gets electrocuted.
Yep, exactly.
So he's still out, of course.
Yeah.
But before he fell, he shot webbing.
He flipped him.
Yep, he flipped him. He flipped Miles.
He pulled Miles to him.
Yep, so Miles still has this spider web stuck to him. He can't get it off. And the police show up and they're like, "Hey kid, put down that body."
Yeah, where are you going with that body?
So
it looks bad.
It does. So he grabs Peter and starts trying to get away.
Yeah. Trying to use his web slingers.
Yep. And
he's not great at it.
No, because he's not used to it.
Yeah.
And then he does manage to whip over to an elevated train.
Yeah.
And that takes them, they're just flying through the city, basically.
Peter's being slammed against the ground.
Everything.
Just getting beat up real bad.
They pass by Miles's dad in his cop car with his partner, and they say something about there's a kid dressed like Spider-Man dragging a homeless corpse from the train. Which, it looks like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. Yeah, they eventually get to safety, I guess.
Yeah.
And he wakes up and Are
they in his dorm?
They're in his dorm.
Yeah.
Because he takes them to the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, is that what happened?
I think so.
He has a roommate, and his roommate is just never there or is always listening to music, and he hasn't even talked to his roommate yet at this point.
He was supposed to be a bigger part, but they didn't do it.
Okay. But he tells him, what's going on, that Kingpin has a super collider and
underneath Fisk Towers.
Yep. And
Peter's like, "That's all I need to hear. See ya."
Yep. He starts going down the fire escape, and he starts glitching.
Yeah.
So
he just keeps falling down the fire escape.
Because he's not from this universe. Mm-hmm. So, he's glitching, and the only way to stop it is to go back to his own world.
Yeah. And he shows him doesn't he show him the key at that point?
He does. He shows him
I broke it.
Yep.
Help.
Yep. And, of course, Peter calls it a goober.
Yeah.
Because that's what he calls anything that he doesn't know the name of. Instead of a gizmo or something like that. It's a goober.
It's a goober.
So, they keep calling it the goober after that.
Yeah. And he steals it from him.
Yes. He takes it and...
Oh, yeah, they go somewhere with a punching bag. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. Because he has him tied up to a punching bag when he wakes up. And then he's able to get out. And he's like, "Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands."
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember where they are.
I don't know where they are.
There's some gym or something. Anyway.
But they do go to eat.
Yeah, because Miles just gives him the sob story and just begging him to train him. He needs him to show him how to be a superhero.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I gotta go. Bye.
He eats like 2 burgers and it's like...
finally convinces him.
He eats those burgers so fast.
He does.
It's so gross. but
that place shut down in his world.
It did.
It has the best burgers.
It did. I thought that it was going to show like a reason for it that it shut down.
Oh yeah.
That it was
like some rats running around.
Yeah, there was going to be like a rat like controlling somebody, you know.
Would have been good.
But it didn't. But they have to get a new flash drive, a new Cooper, basically. And how are they going to get that? Well, they're going to have to go to, what is it called? Alchemex. And he's like, yeah, we were watching this video and the doctor was there talking about it and everything. So we can just go there. And where's Alchemex? It is Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
So they head there because he's like, oh, are we going to like swing all the way there or whatever? He's like, no. So they take a bus.
Yeah.
But, yep. They get there. He doesn't want to teach him how to
do anything. Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to come back.
You wait here.
And you're going to wait here. And he's like, what? I could help you, you know? And he's like, no, you can help me by staying here. That's like when my mom, I wanted to help her cook something or bake something. And she was like, you can help me by sitting your butt on that couch and leaving me alone.
Yeah. It's also like when you're playing video games with a kid and you give them the controller that's not plugged in. You're like, you're the bad guy there. You see, you're jumping around. That's you. Oh, you almost got me. Oh, okay. Good job.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Oh, it's so fun lying to children, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Peter goes in. And Miles stays outside, and then...
While he's there, after Peter goes in, he sees that Fisk has shown up.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, he's going to need help.
Yep.
So he goes on in, too. And Fisk meets up with the doctor there, and she's like, we can't do it. It's too unstable or whatever. We can't do the portal again. And he's like, Spider-Man's like, or Peter's like, okay, he's gonna say you have 24 hours. Because he just knows how these always go down. And then, of course, Fisk is like, you have 24 hours.
Yeah.
Do it.
They're both in the air vents, like watching everything. Yeah.
Yep. So
he's able to get her password by watching her as well.
Yes. So Fisk and everybody, the doctor and everything, they walk out. So Peter jumps down there. He starts trying to get into computers so that he can get what they need. Miles is like, oh, I can help. And he tries to get down, but he gets stuck, of course.
On some lights.
And he cannot relax and get unstuck.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you do to relax?
Yeah.
Because just do that. And so he starts like humming his little song and everything.
Sings that Post Malone song.
And finally he relaxes enough for his fingers to let go and his feet to let go and everything.
Yeah, but he like crashes down, so they hear him.
And then he goes invisible. Because Peter's like, wait, where? He's like, I'm right in front of you.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my gosh, you can go invisible?
It's one of his other powers.
Yep.
That's different from Spider-Man.
Yep. So the doctor comes back in and is like,
a woman.
Yes. And is like, oh my gosh, you're Spider-Man, and starts talking to him and everything. He's like, but you must be from a different universe because you look different and everything.
Yeah, it must have worked.
And so meanwhile, Miles is like trying to get into the computer because he told him the password. And it's like just random
really
letters
long,
and everything.
Yeah.
But he has all of it but like 2 numbers or something.
Yeah.
So he asks, and Peter asks her something, and it's like 30.
You don't look like you're older than 35. Yeah.
And so that was the last one. So he puts 35 in there.
Yeah.
And so it opens it up, and her desktop is atrocious.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff everywhere.
He's like, oh my gosh, organize your desktop.
Yeah.
There are just so many icons just all over the place. I was like,
it's awful.
I hate this.
And she gets Peter into a chair, and he like gets bound to the chair, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we find out she's Doc Ock.
She's Dr. Olivia Octavius.
Yes.
So, this is the version of Doc Ock in this world, voiced by Kathryn Hahn. So
Agatha all along.
So at this point, Miles just decides, I'm taking the whole computer, including the monitor.
Takes the monitor. I don't know a whole lot about Miles. I thought he was smarter than he is in this. He is kind of dumb. Like, all the other spider people are, like, seemingly pretty smart.
Well, I mean, he obviously is smart because he got into that school, even though there was the lottery.
Yeah.
But his dad said, you are smart and everything, and he did
Maybe
well.
He's just smart in different ways. Maybe he's not a sciencey guy.
Yeah, I don't
know. I don't know. I just don't know much about him.
Maybe he's book smart, but he's not street smart.
That's very possible. He's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah. I like him, though. He's so fun.
Oh, yeah. He's a good character.
He's good. So, yeah, he just takes the whole computer. He's still invisible, so it's just a floating computer, basically, floating down the hallway.
Yeah.
At one point, he runs by the girl from Wanda, whatever.
Yeah.
And, but he keeps going, and Peter eventually gets
Peter's
away.
getting, like, slammed against the wall. He's like, don't worry. I got this. Everything's fine.
He does eventually get away and meets up with him. And he's like, we don't need this monitor.
Yeah, first thing we're going to do. They grab a bagel in the cafeteria, try to play it cool.
Yep.
But then all the scientists have guns.
Yeah, and they're all like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man. And somebody's like, they took a bagel.
Everybody's upset about that bagel. And then, like, they run outside to get away from all the scientists. And I guess Miles throws the bagel back at him. And it hits a guy. And the little thing above it goes, bagel.
Instead of like, pow.
Yeah, it's great.
Wham. Bagel.
Bagel.
Oh, man. So, yeah, he gives him one of the web shooters. And they whip out of there, basically.
Starts whipping, yeah.
And this is the first time he's done it, so he's trying to, like, tell him real quick how to get it, how to do it and everything. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
At one point, they have the computer in between them, so they're just, like, swinging together and everything.
Yeah.
And
then Dr. Octopus shows up.
Yep.
Stops him.
Yep. And manages to get the computer back.
Yeah.
But then... Who shows up? It's the girl. It's a girl.
Spider-Gwen.
It's Spider-Gwen. She's there to save the day.
Yep.
And we find out that, of course, it's the girl from the school. And she grabs the computer.
Yep.
And they get out of there.
They do. They escape.
Yep. So then we get to a little bit of her backstory. So we find out that, she was the one who was bitten by the spider in her universe.
Yep.
So she became Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
She's in a band.
The Mary Janes.
Okay.
That's the band name.
Nice. And
she's a drummer.
She's a drummer. She couldn't save her best friend, Peter Parker.
Right.
So,
but she did save her dad from getting
she
shot.
did save her dad. Her dad.
I saved her dad.
She saved her dad. And then she got sent through the portal. But when she got sent back in time also.
Yeah, she went a week behind. So
she went a week back, and
that's why she was at school before.
Yeah, her spidey senses were telling her to go to this school. And that's where she met Miles.
And she was accidentally running into him, but she meant to.
Yes.
So this whole time, it was fate that she decided.
Yeah. Although when she met him the first time, he didn't have his spider powers.
Right. Because but her senses told her that
I guess he was about to be.
Yeah.
Because, like,
this person.
Because it showed her, she's, like, looking in her locker, and her spidey senses show up, and because he's walking by. And I was like, this is before they even met, before he did everything. But yeah, I guess it just knew.
I guess.
Probably because she was from a week in the future anyway. So. Yeah. So this, I think, is where we find out what Kingpin's plan is.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to bring back his dead wife and kid from another universe because, of course, they walked in on him while he was beating up Spider-Man at one point. And the wife's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, not in front of the children.
Yeah.
And so, she took the kid. They drove off. They got hit by a truck and died.
Yeah.
And so he
lost them.
Yep, so he's trying to get them back by getting them out of a different universe. Which means if he gets them out of a different universe, if it's one that Wilson Fisk is there, he's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole cycle of stuff. You got to find one where Wilson Fisk is dead. Yep. But then the kid would probably be dead. I don't know. Or not dead, but I don't know. It's messy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's the whole problem with Wanda in Multiverse of Madness, where she tries to get the kids from her other version of Wanda in a different universe. It's
but Doc Ock is like, hey, because they're about to kill her. They're mad at her. Tombstone's got guns aimed at her, but she's like, he's from another dimension, so it works, baby. It works. Yep. We can do it. So he saves her life. Yep. Then something else happens.
So now they have the information because they have the computer, and they need to make a new goober. Yep. So like, where can we do this? Where can we make this? And they go to Aunt May's house.
Aunt May.
She's there. She opens the door. She sees Peter B. Parker and is like, oh, Peter!
Peter! Voiced by Lily Tomlin.
Yes. I was like, who did the voice? Yeah. I can't remember. So she's like, okay, come this way into the backyard to the shed. And
she apparently knows all about Spider-Man and all this stuff. She's very in the know.
Yeah. So they go into the shed. It's an elevator that goes down to this room that is just like this huge laboratory. And everything's got all of these Spider-Man suits.
All those suits available in Spider-Man video game. You can play as all those suits. But it has like the Iron Spider. What?
Stop trying to make me play this video game.
Why won't you play games with me?
That's not even one you can play with people.
I need to get you on a course of playing games.
It's single player. And I like single player games best. I don't know why. I guess it's just because it came out at the same time as like Red Dead Redemption 2 or a similar time. And I was just like, no, I'm all up into this cowboy game. I can't play anything else.
Yeah. But it's a very good game. And yeah, so all those are available, and there's some cool suits in there.
Nice.
Yeah. And when Miles looks at the suits, he's like too small for them. Like, he's too short. Yeah. But he's like, it's a cool suit though.
Yeah. He's like, oh, he sees one of them. When they're outside of Alchemax, he's got his little Spider-Man costume on and everything, and he has put on like a little cape.
A cape, yeah.
So he's like, it's a cape, it's cool. And he's like, Peter's like, no,
we don't do cape.
We don't do that. And then of course one of them there in the little lab has a cape, and he's like, this one's got a cape.
I think he had a cape when he was maybe during like a What If storyline where he was the Sorcerer Supreme or something.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like Doctor Strange's cape.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, we also see the Spider-Mobile, his little car. That was a mess. That whole thing was dumb. But yeah, he's got it. Like, why would Spider-Man need a car?
Yeah. I mean, he's swinging everywhere. He doesn't drive.
Yeah.
Spider-Man doesn't drive. It's New
York. Yeah, that's true too. It was like to promote this like car dealership or something. I don't know. That was dumb.
Can you imagine him trying to get around in New York in his little spider car?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, so they're going to work on stuff, but they see what Peter's been working on, and it's a whole lot of bad guys. There's a whole bunch of henchmen and stuff. They're like, we're outnumbered. And Aunt May's like, you think you're the first Spider-Man that came here?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we look up, and there's some people on the ceiling.
Yep, there are people on the ceiling. So there are 3 more that show up, or that have already shown up to Aunt May's house. Yep. First of all, we have Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, Nick Cage.
Great.
The role he was meant to play.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was great. No.
Oh, man. Then we have Penny Parker.
Yep.
And her...
She's futuristic anime girl with a robot.
She's from... I forgot what the name of New York was. I think it was something different. But it's from... Like she's like from 30 something. Yeah. Like 3025 or something like that.
And her dad is the spider.
Yeah.
And he has a robot.
Yeah.
So it's a weird story. I don't know. It's pretty silly.
And then you have Peter Porker.
Yeah. Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
So he's like a Looney Tunes kind of character.
Yes. Yeah.
And
he's John Mulaney. Is the voice of him. Yeah. And it's pretty funny. But you hate it. You hate...
I don't hate Peter Porker.
You don't.
I hate his stupid little nostrils because they look like his Spider-Man eyes,
like
and they move.
Spider-Man eyes.
They move the exact same way his eyes do. Like when his eyes like squint, his nostrils squint. I don't like it.
It's a weird one. Yep.
I didn't notice it at first, and then it like showed like a close up of him, and I was like, "Oh, no, not a fan."
Oh, we also didn't mention Haley Steinfeld is
Gwen
Stacy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Uncle Aaron is Cottonmouth. What's his name? Ends with Ollie.
Marshala
Ali. Yeah.
I never know if I'm saying his name.
I don't know either. Yeah.
And if I am, I apologize.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm saying it right.
Actor.
If I'm saying it right, I don't apologize.
Yeah.
If I'm saying it right,
you send me money for being right.
No.
This is our deal.
If I'm saying
if
it
I'm
wrong,
you get my apologies. If
Yes.
I'm right, you give me gifts.
No, I
Congratulations.
do not need gifts. But yeah, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm so sorry.
Yes. But yeah, all-star cast here.
Yeah, really good cast.
Mm-hmm. But they all sense that they're all Spider-Man. They're like,
Yes.
you're just like me. And all that whole thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they come with they're like, we got to do this plan, but no, like we got to get back into the
Back through the
multiverse
portal.
thing.
We have to get back into our own
But
world.
somebody's got to stay behind.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to figure out who's going to do it. And Miles is like, obviously it's going to be me. This is my world. I live here. I can
have nowhere else to go.
It's like, you guys can go back. I can do whatever needs to be done.
But they're like, are you
They're
any
like,
good?
You just got your powers.
Yeah.
I don't think you know how to use them.
And he doesn't.
No.
He's pretty bad.
Yeah.
He can't turn invisible
Because he's like, well, because Peter's kind of trying to help him, he's kind of talking him up and everything. He's like, he can electrocute people, and he's like, do it. He's like, I can't do it on command, and he's like, he can turn invisible. Can't do that on command either.
He can't
like,
do
why can't
anything.
he do? Oh man, so
Can't fight. Can't do anything.
Yeah, because they try to fight with him and everything, and he's just not very good. He can't do like all the technical stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, poor Miles.
Yeah, it's a rough go for him.
Yep. So they kind of he's pretty sad about it. So he gets back on the elevator, turns invisible, and goes up. And they're like, "See, he can't turn invisible," as he just leaves.
Yeah.
So he's pretty bummed about it. He decides to go to his uncle's place because I guess he just wants to talk to him.
Needs somebody to talk to.
Exactly. So he gets there. He's still wearing his little Spider-Man costume and everything.
Writing him a note.
He's writing him a note because, of course, his uncle's not there.
Yeah.
And
always leave a note.
Yep. Oh gosh. So while he's there, his spider senses pick something up, and he sees somebody at the window, and they're about to open the window, or they're opening the window. It's the Prowler.
The Prowler's there.
The Prowler's there. So he turns invisible.
What does he want with his uncle?
Yeah, exactly. So he hides first, and the Prowler gets in there. He's looking around, trying to figure out who's there, because I guess he can sense that somebody's there, and he turns invisible at one point.
Yeah.
And he gets out of there, or he's about to get out of there, but the Prowler says something to whoever to Fisk, I guess, and then he takes off his mask. And
it's his uncle
Aaron.
Aaron is the Prowler.
I did not know, because I don't know anything about Miles Morales stuff. This was a shocker for me. I was like, what? His uncle's the bad guy?
Yep, he is.
So, yeah, this was...
And they reference this in Homecoming, too.
They're what?
They reference this in Homecoming, too.
Yeah, and see, I didn't realize that it was the
That's
same.
what they were referencing?
Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I didn't know anything about Miles Morales. Because I was like, oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But... yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, no. He can't be the bad guy.
You were supposed to be the good guy.
I was like, but he's like the nice uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's misunderstood.
Oh, no. So, yeah, I was very surprised to see that to see that happen. Yeah. So, also, Miles was very surprised. So, we were in the same boat there. Yeah. So, he leaves. He gets out of there as quickly as he can.
Yeah.
But, of course,
Prowler
notices and goes after him.
But he turns on heat vision. He can see him.
Yeah.
Finally.
So
I don't know why I didn't have that on before, but whatever.
But he does get away, and he gets back to Aunt May's house, and he's like, oh my gosh, because everybody's there. And he's like, oh my gosh, my uncle is the Prowler.
Yeah.
And they're like, were you followed? And he's like, I don't think so.
But he was.
He was.
Yeah.
So Doc Ock shows up first. Yep. She comes through.
Scorpion Aunt May just wants them all to take it outside.
Just like, take this fight outside. Get it out of my living room.
Don't destroy my house.
Exactly. Scorpion shows up.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised, because I didn't know Scorpion
big Scorpion guy, yeah.
Do we know who did Scorpion's voice?
No.
No clue. Okay, cool. And I said, and weird gray guy. So,
Yeah.
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
So he shows up too.
Yeah.
And they all start fighting.
It's a big brawl around.
Yeah, because of course they want the goober.
Yeah, they're tossing that goober around all over the place.
So weird, but called a goober. Oh, man.
My mom used to call me goober.
You know, goober means peanut.
I do.
Okay. So she used to basically call you peanut.
She did.
No,
I
that's
was a little
cute.
peanut.
That's cute. No. Anyway, so yeah, they're all fighting and everything. The Prowler shows up too.
Yep.
And
They're dogfighting.
they're dogfighting. The Prowler chases
Miles
Miles
outside.
up onto the roof.
Yeah.
And they're up there. And
Got him by the... He goozled him.
He's got him by the throat. He's holding him over the side of the roof.
Yeah.
He's about to drop him.
He's like saying, Uncle Aaron.
Oh, I didn't hear him say it. Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't
he...
breathe.
Okay, but he takes off his mask so that he can see that it's Miles.
And then the Prowler takes off his mask, like, oh my gosh, we're showing faces. It's FaceTime, yay. But he's like, oh no.
He's like, I can't.
Miles.
He's like, this is not good.
Yeah.
Wilson Fisk, of course, is down there. He's like, kill the boy or whatever.
Do it.
Kill him.
Kill him now.
And he
But
can't
he
do
doesn't.
it.
He lets
can't
him
do
go.
it. It's his nephew. He can't kill his nephew.
Wilson
He
Fisk
sets him
shoots
down.
him.
Yep, he sets him down. Kingpin shoots Uncle Aaron in the back.
Like a coward.
Like a coward. You're a coward! Yeah, and I think Peter grabs the gun or something from Fisk so that he can't shoot Miles, too.
Yeah,
And they are kind of fighting and everything.
Yeah.
They're dogfighting. They're dogfighting. And
Miles is able to get Aaron out of there.
he grabs his uncle and swings off to a random alleyway somewhere and talks to him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Aaron's like, you're the best of us, Miles.
Yeah.
You can do this. I'm sorry.
Then he dies.
And he dies.
So this is his Uncle Ben situation, I guess.
His Uncle Aaron.
It's his Uncle Aaron. So, yep, he dies. Dad shows up.
Yep, right
then.
at that time, yeah.
Shows up, he goes in there, he sees Spider-Man over the body.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, he goes invisible.
He assumes that Spider-Man killed him.
Yeah, so because he goes invisible and he runs.
Yeah.
And so now his dad thinks that Spider-Man killed Aaron.
Yeah.
His brother. So.
And you got, I assume, I don't know if they ever really directly talk about it, but I assume that the dad and Aaron fell out because he became the Prowler, probably. Because he's like, you're getting into this life of crime. Mm-hmm. I can't abide by that.
Yeah.
But so.
Because when we were watching it, I went, wait, he's wearing the Prowler's, he's wearing the Prowler's costume. Obviously, he's the Prowler.
Yeah.
Why isn't he going, oh, Spider-Man was just, trying to get rid of a bad guy. And no, it just happened to be my brother. I don't know.
Yeah. I have to assume that he knew, surely. Because, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something. Why else? I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, he goes back to his dorm. Mm-hmm. And the other spider people show up to comfort him and everything. Kind of. And that's when I noticed the spider nostrils that I was like, no. So,
hey, we need that goober. And you can't go with us.
At one point, his roommate comes in too, and they're all
they all go into the ceiling.
They're trying, moving around, trying to be where he won't see and everything. Yeah. But he does eventually see him. Yeah.
Then he passes out or something. Gets knocked out or something. I can't remember exactly what happened.
He sees him and he just falls backwards in his chair, and they put him in his bed because they're just like, well, he's passed out. It's fine. But so the others leave, or they don't actually leave. They're just kind of standing outside, but he thinks that they left.
Yeah, well, they all relate their stories of how they lost people. Yeah. And,
But, Peter's there, and he says, he takes the goober and everything, and he's like, well, I'm gonna stay behind. Yeah. Because I guess he thinks, he doesn't have anything in his world. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if he glitches out and dies or whatever.
Yeah. He's kind of, he doesn't want to face all that again.
Yeah. So he's just gonna sacrifice himself. Mm-hmm. And Miles is like, no, I can do it. And he's like, you're not ready. Yeah. And none of them believe in him. Yeah. And he even tries, he even tells him, do something right now or whatever. Yeah. and he can't do it.
He like leg sweeps him and holds him by this shirt. And it's like, dude, you obviously can't do this.
Yep. So
ties him to the chair.
Well, webs him to the chair.
Yeah, with webs.
Webs him to the chair and then heads out, and they all just.
And before he leaves, he's like, he asked him about like how will I know when I'm ready or when I can do it, and he's like, you'll just know. It's like a leap of faith.
Yeah.
You just got to take a leap of faith sometimes.
Exactly.
He webs his mouth shut.
and he goes out the window and they all whip off together. Mm-hmm. And I was like, there's nothing for them to whip onto.
Yeah, they're just
whipping into the air. It's like, are they whipping onto an airplane up there or something? I don't know what's going on.
Hitting those clouds.
I guess so. But anyway. So while he's there, he's tied up and everything. His dad shows up at the door, and he's to tell him about his Uncle Aaron and everything. Yeah. And he can see him.
He's toe up.
Yeah, from the flow up. So he can see like his shadow under the door and everything, so he knows he's in there.
Yeah, which it could have been anybody, but
it could have been the roommate.
Could have been a chair just in front of the door. But sure.
It did move, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Chairs move.
Yeah, but he tells him, he doesn't want them to drift apart like he did with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He's like, I love you. And there's something special in you. There's a spark. I know it's in there, and it's amazing, that spark you got in you.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he has electric sparks in him. He can electrocute you.
And amazing because he's Spider-Man.
So his dad leaves, and he's like, I'm gonna do this, and he shocks the web.
Yep, he uses his electric
powers.
powers.
He finally becomes determined to do it, and then takes off after him.
He gets out of there. He goes back to Aunt May, and she's like, I wondered when you'd show up, or whatever. And so he spray paints.
When he goes up to the suit this time that's in glass, and you see his reflection, he's actually tall enough now. Yeah. He's grown into being Spider-Man now. Yeah. So yeah, he's able to spray paints that suit. Mm-hmm. So it's black and red. I like his suit.
Yeah. So all the others are at the collider. They're about to start it back up, or maybe they've already started it back up by the time they get there. I can't remember. But all the spider people show up to stop it.
Do we skip over him going up to the top of the building or whatever, and actually leaping and actually being able to do it?
Probably.
Yeah, so he does. After he gets the suit and everything, he actually goes and he's able to whip around, and he's figured it all out. He's getting it together.
And Aunt May did make some web shooters for him. She's like, they're the perfect fit.
The perfect size.
Yep. So yeah, they're all there. Yeah. Sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit.
Just him growing as a person into being a superhero.
You know how
the big, monumental part change of the movie, but it's not a big deal.
We're just gonna gloss over that.
Yeah, but we mention 42 though. I want to make sure we got that in there.
Just want to make sure that you know that 42 is like everywhere. So yeah, Peter is up there. He is about to put the goober in. Yeah. But then they realize all of their spidey senses stop. Stop. What? I don't know what I'm saying. They all go off at the same time, and they're like, they know we're here. Yeah. And Doc Ock comes out and stops Peter. They all fight. Yeah. The other guys show up. Of course, Scorpion's there. Green Goblin's there, I think.
I think he died in the beginning.
Maybe he did die.
I don't think he was there.
Okay.
He died in the explosion. Okay.
So I guess it's just Scorpion and Tombstone and Doc Ock. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they had the other people there. They had pictures of other people, like the Rose and some enforcers, but yeah. Okay. I don't think they actually showed up in person.
It's funny that they were all like, oh my gosh, Peter Parker is dead. Not a word about Norman Osborn. It's like Oscorp, leader of, and nobody cares.
I mean, maybe they hid his death. Maybe he doesn't change back into the human because he was still that beast. So yeah. And I guess he could still be alive. I don't know, but he was definitely hurt.
It's kind of funny though. So yeah, they're pretty much ambushed there. They have to fight. Yeah. The collider is working overtime. Of course. Yep. They turn it up too high, basically.
To 11, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Miles does show up.
He does.
To help him out and everything. They're like, yay, he did it. I mean, those are like their literal words. They're all just like, yay, he did it. So everybody's happy about it. He can do all of his stuff now. It's real cool. Because he shows up. He shows up, but when he shows up at first, he's actually invisible.
Yeah, and just starts punching Doc Ock.
Yeah, it's like, stop hitting yourself. He doesn't do that, but...
He should have.
Yeah.
We were right, yes, he would have.
Exactly.
Get us in there, Marvel.
Don't. It would be terrible.
Get us in that writing room.
No.
We'll punch this up.
They might try to at this point right now because they're like writer's strike.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, we're not crossing that picket line. No, thank you.
Scabs we can get. Here, random podcasters. Here's the keys to the kingdom.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm not crossing that
picket line. But after it's done, bring us in.
Yeah, there we go.
We gotcha.
Oh, man. So, during all of the fighting, Penny's robot gets damaged.
Yeah, Scorpion stabs it through the face.
Yeah, with his little scorpion tail.
Yeah. I think originally she was supposed to die, completely, but it was too sad for a kid's movie. Yeah. So they were like, yeah, just a robot.
They're like, we already killed
Peter Parker. Off a lot of people here. It is a really dark kids movie.
It is. There's a lot of death.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, the robot dies, though, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. The spider gets out.
Yeah, the spider's fine.
Spider's fine.
Her dad's okay.
But the robot...
Oh, did we mention that Peter Porker, his backstory is that he was a spider that was bitten by a radioactive pig?
No.
What a ridiculous story. And that pig's name? May Porker.
No. Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, so robot makes sad face and dies.
Yeah, robot makes sad face, die.
There's like a lot of fighting.
Yeah, dog fighting.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know how much we want to go into this.
I don't want to go that much.
Yeah, so they take down all the bad guys, I guess, or enough that they can go through the portal.
Yeah, but there's buildings coming through and trains and
all kinds of stuff.
No people yet, really. No. Apparently there is one person. Did you read about that?
Well, there are people because his...
they kind of flash in at the very end.
Kingpin's, yeah.
But apparently if you pause it and look at the trains and stuff, Stan Lee's on all the trains.
Nice.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to animate him because he died right before this came out. And so did Steve Ditko, who also created Spider-Man. So there's a lot of shouts to him as well. So yeah, everybody wanted to draw Stan Lee. So he's just everywhere in this movie. Aww. He's in the crosswalks and stuff.
That's so cute.
Yeah, just hanging around the city. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back and pause it.
Well, if we would have watched the special features, it would have worked out for the best.
We still can.
No. Who will we talk about it with?
Each other.
I don't want to talk to you. You know we only talk when there's a microphone present.
No.
No. We'll talk.
So each of them start going through the portal.
Yeah.
Say their goodbyes and they go through to their original worlds.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't really want to go back. He's the last one.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you still need me here. And it's like, no, you have to go back.
Yeah.
You can fix things.
Yeah. He even confronted Mary Jane earlier.
Oh my gosh, forgot about that part.
Party. And it's like, hey, she was like, hey, because they were dressed as waiters.
Yeah. She's
like, hey, can I get some more bread? He's like, I'm so sorry. I've failed you. I'll do better. She's like, it's okay. It's just bread. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And yeah, he's kind of coming around to the whole having kids thing. He's like, do I want to have kids?
Yeah.
Maybe I do.
Because he's like, wow, you're really making me proud. Yeah. Kind of thing to Miles. And he's like, wait a minute. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway.
So
Miles sweeps the leg.
Yeah, he talks him into going back.
Yeah, basically. He's like, you'll do great, buddy.
He's like, you just have to take a leap of faith.
He's like, wait, I said that to you. There was one line that was great where Peter Porker, Spider-Ham, was, I think when they were about to go into the portals or whatever, he's like, that's all, folks.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, is he legally allowed to say that?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
Apparently it took a while to get the rights to actually say that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It is Warner Brothers after all.
Yeah. So now it is just Miles. He's the only Spider-Man there.
Yep.
He's the one and only Spider-Man.
One and only.
But Kingpin is there, and he is not happy.
Yeah, he mad.
Because he's like, you messed up everything!
Yeah. He gets the USB in there. Mm-hmm. So it's like powering it down or something. I can't remember exactly what it's doing. But he needs to hit that green button.
Yep. So they fight and everything. At one point, he has his gun, and Miles gets rid of the gun somehow because he's like, "No guns, that's cheating."
Yeah.
So he's like, "You can have your fists, and that's about it."
Yeah, and his fists work really well.
Oh yeah, a
he
bit
beats
too well.
the crap out of Miles.
Yep. So, and of course, his dad is there.
Shows up.
Cop dad.
But he's like, "Come on, Spider-Man, get up."
Yeah, because he does get beat up pretty bad, and he's on the ground and everything. He's like, "Come on, get up, Spider-Man!" Because his dad, of course, notoriously does not like Spider-Man.
That's right. Yeah.
But he's coming around.
He's rooting for him.
Yep. So and of course we did forget to mention that his Fisk's wife and son start blinking in and see him fighting Spider-Man again.
Yeah, again.
And they're like, "What?
You gotta get out of here. Come on."
And so, yeah.
He's like, "Again."
He's like, "Why does this always happen?"
Y'all have the worst timing.
Oh, gosh. Yep. Spider-Man! So, he does manage to get up, and he basically...
He does the shoulder touch.
Yes, he does the shoulder touch,
Yeah.
and he zaps him.
Yeah, he zaps him.
And basically, it throws him...
Well, he said, and then he's like, "Hey, Kingpin, hit that green button.
Hit that green button for me, yeah."
Flips him and throws him into it, yeah.
Yep, so throws him into the button. It stops the collider from doing whatever it was doing.
Yep.
And the whole thing explodes.
Yep. Luckily, his dad doesn't die. Really thought his dad was gonna die, honestly.
Okay, yep. He doesn't die either.
He does not die either.
Good for him. They do arrest the bad guys, because you see, like, they have Tombstone. They're putting him in the back of the car and everything.
Yep.
His dad's down there with the other cops. He gets a phone call. It's Miles.
Yeah.
Miles is on top of a building. He's, like, watching him. He's talking to him and everything.
He tells him he's okay.
Yep.
And everything's all right. And
Yep.
I'll talk to him later.
Yep. And then he, as Spider-Man, jumps down there.
Yeah.
And is trying to talk to the dad, to his dad.
Pleasure working with you, sir.
Yeah, but he's trying to do a deep voice, a different voice for himself, so it doesn't sound like him. So his dad doesn't know he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then he hugs him.
Hug.
So cute.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, man. And then he's like, "I have a surprise for you," or whatever. He's like, turn around. He turns around. There's Wilson Fisk. He's all webbed up. And there's like a little
note on there.
And it's obviously a note that Miles...
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That Miles did, because
it's all designed.
It's all designed like he does and everything.
Yeah.
So, so I guess he gets arrested too. So, good job.
Yep, everybody gets arrested.
Well, everybody that needs to be arrested anyway. So nice. It does show all the other spider people in their own universes.
Yeah.
So they're all doing their own thing. Penny has rebuilt the robot, I think.
Yeah, or at least they're working on it.
Or working on it, yeah.
Spider-Man Noir took back a Rubik's Cube because he can't see colors. Or he doesn't understand colors, I guess.
Yeah.
So he has a hard time. He's like, "I'm going to take this back."
Yeah.
And show it to all the people, because he's in black and white.
Yeah.
His whole world's in black and white.
But he does manage to solve it. So good for him. Gwen is just there. I don't remember what she was doing. I think she was just...
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Sitting there. Chilling.
She's just sitting.
Just chilling,
Just chilling.
As she does. Peter Porker.
Maybe he finally gets that hot
I think
dog.
he was eating... I think he was flying through I think he was swinging through the air with a hot dog in his hand or something.
Sounds right.
And, of course, Peter
B. Parker.
He has a bouquet.
Looking all fresh.
Yep. He goes up to...
Whips the doorbell.
Yep.
It's Mary Jane. Yeah.
So...
They're going to give it another try. Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Probably. Considering what we've seen from the trailers.
Yeah.
Something happened.
They probably did.
Maybe he stole a child. Not sure what's going on.
Man.
It's a 3 men and a baby situation. Who knows?
But, and then, of course, Miles is there in his room. Oh, he did finally meet his roommate, he said.
Did, yeah.
But then he's in his room, he's listening to his music. And...
a little portal opens above him.
And you hear Gwen.
What's up?
I can't remember what she said.
want to hang out or something like that?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, there we go. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Then we go through the credits. Mm-hmm. Nothing really happens till the very end. Is that right?
Yep, just the post credits after all of that, and we have someone.
Nueva York.
Yeah, Nueva York, and then you hear somebody talking
2099.
Somebody talking to Miguel.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, some kind of AI.
I was like, I don't know who this is.
I did.
Mm-hmm. So apparently they have.
I got real excited.
Apparently they have a portal or something that they can, or something that they can use to go through to other universes.
Yeah, they had made something because apparently it seemed like he had been pulled back there too because he had been gone for a while. That's what he said. I don't know if that meant he was there or what.
I don't know.
But yeah, so he's back and they have a thing that can go to the universes.
To other universes, and so he chooses which one he's going to go to.
Yep.
And it is like the animated Spider-Man series from the 60s.
Yeah.
And he shows up and Spider-Man is there and they do the pointing Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
I was like, I love this.
You're pointing at me. Why are you pointing? I'm not pointing at you. You're pointing at me.
And the cop is there like, I don't know what's going on.
J. Jonah Jameson's like,
yep.
So
crazy
great.
Spider-Man.
such a great little thing at the end.
Oh my gosh.
So funny. Just, if you're not familiar with the meme, I mean, it may not be as... It's still funny, but yeah, it's just not... You don't know what's going on because it's so random.
Yeah.
But yeah... 2099 Spider-Man and voiced by Oscar Isaac. Yeah, so you stood up and cheered. You lost your mind when you heard it was Oscar Isaac.
I was like, yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, I really like Oscar Isaac. So.
And apparently he'll be a big part in the next one, so should be interesting.
Yep.
But that's it.
That's it.
Still great. Second viewing, still a great movie.
Yep. Very glad that we watched it before the new one.
Yeah, because I had kind of forgotten some of it, so it's good to catch up on everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
refresher.
Yeah,
before we see the new one.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah,
can't wait. Hope it's as good as this one, at least.
I hope so.
Anything else we need to say about this?
You may have noticed that they had the number 42 a lot.
I think we might have mentioned it. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It might have come up.
I mean, I didn't have it in my notes. It's just, it just suddenly popped into my head. And so I had to mention it.
It's just one of those things you can't really avoid talking about when you're talking about this movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But you mentioned after we watched it that so many of the voice actors are involved in
Marvel stuff
and Marvel adjacent things.
Because we've got Agatha, we've got Moon Knight, we've got Blade, we've got
Sabretooth, Hawkeye, Cottonmouth, Blade, Lily Tomlin was Black Widow.
That would be interesting.
Anybody else? Oh, Fastos.
Yep.
And
then, of course, the ones who aren't in, other than Miles and Aunt May, I think everybody else who's not in Marvel.
Yeah.
Is in DC stuff.
Oh, yeah. And Nick Cage is a ghostwriter.
Oh, yeah,
also.
that's right.
Yeah. Who was in the DC stuff?
There was the samurai chick from the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Oh, who else? Who could it be?
I don't remember anybody else. I don't know.
I thought there was at least one more person.
Yeah, I thought so too. They might have been a double. Might have been somebody we already said. That was in both. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, and Miles' mom, I don't think she was in anything. She was in Dexter.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. She was the cop in Dexter.
The
main, she was like
the
the
head
captain
lady?
or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think that's who.
Interesting.
I think that was her.
Well, good for her. All right, then. Well, let's move on to our snack then.
Okay, do you want to... What?
I should mention beforehand, before we have our snack, on our way back
I was going to ask if you were going to talk about that.
On the way back from visiting your family, we stopped by a little hole-in-the-wall place.
You've probably never heard of it.
Yeah, we call it Burger King here, where they have Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. Is that what it's called?
Yes. No, Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Yeah, Whopper, which is a Whopper with a red bun with black sesame seeds and Swiss cheese.
Yes.
And you also get a Spider-Man cup. If you get a small, if you're going, get a small so you can get a Spider-Man cup.
Did not get a medium.
I did not. Yeah. I didn't know the rules.
Because first of all, if you get a medium, it is huge.
Yeah, it's a pretty big drink.
It just says Burger King on it.
Yeah.
You don't even get to Spider-Man.
You don't. So I tried that. It wasn't great. The last few Whoppers I've had, honestly, have not been that good. I don't know. A Whopper is like one of my favorite hamburgers, at least growing up and most of my adulthood. But the last like 3 or 4 I've had, I've just been like, something's different.
It could also be...
doesn't taste as good.
That Burger King.
Could be,
they didn't seem like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I haven't really found a Burger King around here that's like, this is a great Burger King. So maybe that's it. I don't know. But I've just been kind of disappointed recently. So, but it was fine. I don't recommend going and getting it. Honestly, it's not different. Like the one they had that was spicy, that was a good one. The ghost pepper one for whatever it was.
Ghost Rider. I know it was. I'm just kidding. I don't remember what it was for.
Or if it was for anything.
I don't know
it might have just been a
anything.
ghost pepper one. I don't know.
Maybe it was like Halloween or something.
Maybe.
And so they're like, it's spooky season. Let's have some ghost peppers.
Be afraid of what's coming out of your butt.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so, yeah. But I had that, so tried it. The sundae probably would have been better.
Probably, because they do have a little sundae that has some...
chocolate popping candies.
Red and black.
Purple.
Is it purple?
Yeah, it looks like it at least.
I think it's supposed to be black.
I don't know.
But it looks more purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fine. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But now, our actual snack that we're both going to take part in.
Yes.
Since it's cookie season.
yeah. Since it's cookie month here.
Yeah.
These are Cinnamon Toast Crunch cookies.
Just bought yesterday.
No, they are, it's a little pack of like, I think it's Betty Crocker that does them.
Sounds right.
And you mix it yourself. So you just need butter and an egg. And you mix the dough yourself and you cook it. So that's what I did. And there's a Cinnadust, I think is what it's called.
Oh.
Cinnadust icing that you buy separately that you can put on there. So I bought some of that too. So we have 3 different kinds of cookies.
Yeah.
They're all the same cookie.
Yeah.
One has nothing on it because you want to have your base cookie.
Baseline, yeah.
Then one has, of course, icing all over it, but it's a fairly thin layer because neither of us really like a lot of icing.
Yeah.
And then the other one, since we watched Spider-Man, I decorated those with spider webs.
Looks really good, yeah. And we'll...
Well, you say it looks really good. If you look closely, it looks like some of those spiders were pretty drunk when they made those webs.
Have you seen the, videos of, they give spiders drugs and they make weird webs?
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Drugging spiders.
Let's drug some spiders.
And then tattooing 42s on them. Anyway, so we're going to try these. If you want to see these cookies, we'll have them on our social media and then you can get a look at them and see. And then maybe make them at your house. Yeah. And you can decide. All right, let's eat.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to do baseline first?
Yeah, let's do baseline first.
Baseline.
It's my base.
It's good. Smells good. It smells like a snickerdoodle. Mm-hmm. Tastes good.
Well, good news. If you like snickerdoodles, you'd probably like these.
Yeah.
Because it just tastes like a snickerdoodle.
It tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, though. It's pretty cinnamony. It's good. I like it.
I tried my best not to bake them too long. So they're perfect. They have the perfect amount of crispiness. Mm-hmm. I think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah. What if we crumbled this up and poured milk all over it? It would just taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Sounds good to me.
It's soggy.
I'd still try it. Or at least it probably wouldn't taste stale.
I guess you could just dunk it in some milk.
I bet these were really good when they came right out of the oven.
Yeah.
And they were all nice and warm. I don't know what my voice just did right there. They were nice and warm.
Moist.
No, I don't like that word like some people did. I thought you'd go for the smaller one.
I didn't notice that one was bigger than the other. Why would I go for the smaller one?
Because it's the one that has the stuff all on it.
Huh?
Because it's the one that's got the icing all over it, and I thought you wouldn't want as much icing.
Oh, no, it looks fine.
Okay.
It's really not that much icing.
I put a very, very thin layer.
Really, the icing I don't like is the supermarket icing where it's just piled on there.
It's 3 inches
those
thick.
cupcakes and stuff, and it's I don't know, just tastes fake. It tastes plasticky, kind of. It's not good. Anyway, I like the icing on it. Kind of adds a little coolness to it.
It's not bad.
Is this like a buttercream icing or is it like cream cheese?
It's buttercream.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
This was the last one I did because at this point I was just like, I don't care, and it's all shaky looking.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
This one's really good.
It is.
Nice and pointy.
That's probably the second one I did. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's the second one I did. Because the first one I did, it had some parts that I was like, oh, that's not that great. Second one was really good. Third one I was just like, whatever, just throw it on there. Spider cookie. Spider cookie.
All right, what are we rating your cookies?
I don't know. You know what? I feel like there was something several weeks ago that we did not rate. We talked about it and we did not give it a rating. And I don't remember what it was.
Mom.
Tell us what it was.
If you've listened and you don't know if we didn't rate something, let us know. I don't remember that. But anyway, what are we rating this? I liked them. I thought they were very cinnamon toast crunchy.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can eat a ton of them at a time. They're pretty sweet.
They are pretty sweet.
Pretty sugary. Mm-hmm. But I'd put them about on par with a Snickerdoodle. Mm-hmm. And Snickerdoodle's never going to be my favorite cookie. Sorry, Snickerdoodle.
No, but
it's still a good cookie. Mm-hmm. Still solid. I'm not going to be sad when there's Snickerdoodles around. So, where do I put that? I think I'll give it a 7.5. Feels solid. See, I don't always give everything you make a 10.
You should.
This was a test. No matter what I said, you should have given it a 10.
This was a test, and you failed. Now I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay. All right. Solid stuff. Mm-hmm. The design, though, a solid 4.5.
Get out.
Now that, you have to give it 10. No, it was great design. Very creative.
Thanks. I got it from the spiders.
You did. All right. So what spider variant do you hope you see in the next movie, the next Spider-Man movie? Which one was your favorite here? Was it Spider-Ham? Who knows? We want to know. And you can tell us on Twitter at HavingFuncast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email at havingfunpod@gmail.com. So which variant do you want to see?
Which one do I want to see? Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. I'm trying to think.
You want to see Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider? Yeah. Which one? Like,
Ben O'Reilly.
Ben Riley?
I said Ben O'Reilly.
Ben O'Reilly.
Ben O'Reilly. No,
There's
Ben
also
Riley.
some like clones that are the Scarlet Spiders right now, or were when I was reading. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know about Ben Riley. I don't know. He's fine.
You want to see Silk?
I would like to see Silk.
Silk is cool.
Her name showed up in this because when his dad goes through his phone, you see a lot of phone numbers. There's like Silk's in there, and Steve Ditko is in there, and I don't know, some other ones. A lot of Spider-Man related things. So there's like Spider-Punk. He's fun.
Spider-Punk. What is the cyberpunk thing?
I hope it's not it's Cyberpunk.
But I was trying to think of the name of it. Cyberpunk. What is the
20 something 99 maybe?
It was like 20.
Nope, that's the
something.
Spider-Man thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Also, there's one where he's Captain Universe, and so he's like super powerful and stuff. And then there's the British version where he's Billy Braddock, I think. Is it Billy Braddock? It's something Braddock. And so he's like Captain Britain and Spider-Man together.
So he's like
Peter Parker became Captain Britain or something.
So he's not Spider-Man, he's Spider-Bloke.
Yes. No. He's like Spider-Man UK or something like that.
Oh wow.
Something like that. I don't know.
Name.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just getting into like reading the variants and stuff, like the Spider-Verse stuff. I haven't read all that.
2077.
2077.
I don't know.
Maybe. It's possible.
I don't know.
But yeah. Do you have one you want to see that you know of?
Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman.
I can't remember what her name is.
Jessica Drew.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, she's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope she's in it. We'll see. But yeah. So anyway, go. Have fun. Oh, there's one where Uncle Ben becomes Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Spider-Ben.
Anyway, go have fun and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.